Hello everyone, it's Amanda Bach from Boxstar Stamping here on a Monday. I don't know if I've ever done a video on a Monday or not before, but I have the house to myself and I know no one's here on my internet and I've been wanting to show you something, so I thought, hey, why not do it tonight? So if you come on, please say hi in the comments so I can say hi back to you. Hello, Vesta. All right, I know somebody's here. I'm going to sit down so it might sound different when I talk. Alrighty. Okay, well, I have been gone. I went to visit my grandma and my aunts and uncles down in Missouri this past week. I took my dad down there. We had a good time. It was fun, but I didn't get any crafting done. So I've got a little bit done here, not much, but actually this project I had ready to show you before I went on my trip. So now that I'm back, I have to show you, right? All right, mini catalog. Sorry, I gave away all my mini catalogs. This is all that I have. And so you'll see marks on it. I got some ink on it. You know what? It's a catalog. I want to show you something that, honestly, I think it took me 3 times going through this catalog before I saw it. Okay, so the Snowflake 12 by 12 Specialty Vellum. This picture doesn't even begin to do it justice. So I just wanted to go over that one and show you some cool projects I made with it. If you are interested in placing an order at StampinUp.com and your order is under $150, make sure you use that host code there. Also for the month of September only, so it ends at the end of this month, there are certain stamp sets that they have die sets available to go with it. So be sure to check that out. It's called Perfect Partners, and it's at StampinUp.com. All right, so here's the vellum. So this is all I have left of this piece because, as you'll see in a second, we're going to use it. All right, so 3 of the pieces have white, like velvet flocked designs. So this is just kind of a snowflakey piece. These are actual different snowflakes. Very pretty. You get 1 sheet of each. This one I haven't cut into yet, but I'm going to. All right, and then the exact same patterns, but now it's like this really shiny foil in them. So let me grab those. All right, look at this. You see that? It's so shiny. All right, so it's actually silverish, but it really catches the light, makes beautiful colors. Isn't that just gorgeous? So that's the same pattern as this one. So this one is flocked in white, and then this one is that beautiful shimmer. Okay, the next piece, let me grab it, is the snowflake one. Which even that looks pretty cool too. All right, so again, this is the only one I have of it left because I've been using it. But so there it is in the flocked white, and then there it is in the very shiny. Really catches the light. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, love it. Okay, and then this one matches this one. Just so pretty. So I haven't cut into these shiny ones yet, but I will very shortly because I plan on using this whole pack up with more for my Christmas cards. So, all right, so that's the hidden gem I wanted to show you in this catalog, and now we're going to create a card with it. We will also need the Kindest Gnomes stamp set, and I believe I used the dies too, the Gnomes dies. And we will also need the Storybook Gnomes Designer Series paper, which may or may not currently be out of stock, but it's coming back. So you'll have plenty of time to get it before Christmas and make your Christmas cards. And actually what we're going to be making tonight is a thank you card with it. All right, so when I get mine, I put it in these paper sleeves from Stampin' Storage, and I write what catalog it's from. And the coordinating colors are right here. That is so small. So I write it real big at the bottom. As you can see, my handwriting is atrocious, but you know what? Oh well, I can read it. All right, so we're going to be using some of the paper that you can die cut or fussy cut. Actually, some of these I fussy cut, as you'll see in a second. So you will need that. All right, so we're gonna start with a regular old card base, which is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and we're gonna be using soft suede, which is a color, again, I don't use often, Okay, so I love blues and purples. Those are my favorites. And oranges, yellows, and browns, let's just say they maybe don't get as used as often as in my card making. And honestly, fall colors are like my absolute least favorite colors. Do I enjoy the cool weather? Oh, yes, I am. But honestly, not my favorite colors. But I'm trying to challenge myself, you guys. Trying. All right. So I found an old piece of, I think it was called Supple Shimmer paper, but I do want to show you in the mini catalog, there is a new shimmer paper. I just don't have it. So I would suggest getting that if you want some shimmer paper. There's real red and white shimmer paper on page 83 in the mini catalog. It's really hard to see that, isn't it? Hey, Julie. So if you need some shimmer paper, grab that. I'm using what I have because I really am trying to use my stash. It's huge and I'm trying to make it not huge. All right, so I cut a piece of that snowflakey, dotty, beautiful vellum, and I cut it at 5 1/4 by 4. And this is gonna be our little snow hill. Okay, so this is 4 inches, and then I just cut a hill. Okay, you can do whatever you want. I think this was in the last mini catalog, honestly. Some of you might have it. All right, so see what we're doing? We're creating a little hill in the snow. All right, next, I fussy cut this out of the Storybook Gnomes paper, and I apparently got a little piece of glitter or something on it. Oh well, he's sparkly. All right, is this a moose? I guess it's a moose. These don't look exactly like moose antlers to me. They also don't, maybe they're caribou? I don't know. But it's a deer of some sort in the deerish family. What is that? Like bovine is like for cows. What is deerish? What would deer be? Are they also, they're not bovine. I don't know. But this is a cute creature and I liked him, so I cut him out. All right, he's climbing the hill because, get this. He is carrying his little fox friend up the hill. Isn't that adorable? So we're gonna put the fox right on the little deer creature's back, okay? And then what I did is I took a 1/2 inch strip of basic white and I stamped the "Your kindness does not go unnoticed" right here from the stamp set. So like the fox is saying, you know, thank you for helping me. Thank you for carrying me through something. So maybe someone has done something very nice for you, like has carried you emotionally or even, you know, financially, whatever. I just think that goes great. So we're going to do that. So first, we're going to put all of this on our vellum. Then we're going to use the back side because then we'll be able to see where we can glue and it won't show through. Okay, and this is a brand new glue, so, you know, help us all. We're going to start with our little snow bank. Let's see if it works. Oh, yay, it works. Okay. So I'm not too worried about where I glue because this isn't going to show, right? Vellum, you kind of have to be careful where you put your glue. Oh, I forgot to show you cards I made this week. Don't let me forget. I honestly haven't made too many. They were from when I made before I went on my little trip, but I am going to On Stage in November in Indianapolis. As a demonstrator, I get to do that, and I've gone to one in Minnesota before, and I've done the online one as well. Just so much fun. I can't wait. I'm going with my upline, and we're going to have so much fun. Okay, next, I'm going to put my little deer creature there. I'm going to use dimensionals, and guess what? Brand new pack of dimensionals. Oh, it's like Christmas. All right. So that's the other side of the paper, which is adorable, those trees. But I'm not using that right now. I think that'll fit. I am going to put just a touch of glue at the bottom of his feet. Yeah. Just so he stays on the paper, so like he's connected to the snowbank, because otherwise he's just kind of like hanging above the snowbank. So I'm just going to put a tiny bit of glue on. I guess I could use a glue dot too. You know what? I'm using a glue dot. There we go. Phew. Smart thinking. Every once in a while I do have a good idea. All right, so this card isn't necessarily to show you like some amazing technique or anything. I just wanted to show you this beautiful snowflake vellum, which I haven't seen very many examples using, and I just want to show off how beautiful it is. And I've got several more examples to show you after I have finished making this card. So the dear creature is climbing the hill. So now we need to put the fox on his back, but I want it to look like he's sitting, so I'm not going to put any dimensionals down here. Okay, I'm just going to put 2 near the top. 1, and I'm going to put them real close together, actually, 2. That should give me enough room to make him look like he's sitting. He's being carried by his friend, which I thought was adorable. There we go. So I just fussy cut these. Okay, it didn't take me very long. The hardest part was obviously around the antlers. The fox was super easy to fussy cut around. And you know what? If I wanted to use my, my blade, I have a finger blade. Let me grab it here. I could, and I could take out that little middle in his legs, but I didn't think it bothered me too much, so I'm just gonna leave it. Just gonna leave it right where it's at. All right, and now this first card, my prototype, I glued it. I think I want to use dimensionals, so I'm going to use dimensionals to pop up my little "Your kindness does not go unnoticed," which I thought is just so sweet. Sometimes we forget to tell people thank you, so I always try to send out thank you cards for even the smallest thing. You know what? It brightens someone's day. It really does when you get a thank you card, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Okay. Your kindness does not go unnoticed. So I want to put it up here-ish. There we go. Is it crooked? A little bit. A little bit. Okay, so now this really will give me a good idea of where I can put my glue. I'm going to flip it over. Now I know where I can put my glue, right? Any spot that's being covered by our shimmer paper, our deer creature, our fox. I'm gonna put some up here in the antlers, and then right there. That will be more than enough to hold this on the front of the card. It'll be a little flappy, but I don't care. I don't mind it when my vellum is a little bit, you know, it's not attached 100%. I think it gives it a little more texture to my card. Okay, now I will say you're gonna need to hold it a little bit, okay? Because vellum doesn't adhere to the cardstock as quickly as cardstock to cardstock. So I'm just going to give it a good hold right where I know there's glue. And by this, I mean, see how it's free, flappy there? That's okay. Not bothering me one bit. Not bothering me one bit. Yes, I like this on dimensionals better than not. And this other one I had added a gem. And I don't remember what they're called. They're in the, here they are. I found them. Whew. The finest, or fine sparkle gems, and I used one of these, and it's Calypso Coral. Clearly, you know I love me some blue right there. Okay, so on the inside, since it's going to be a thank you card, I want room to be able to write thank yous. So what I did is I went ahead and stamped a gnome, and I colored him using the Calypso Coral Light and Dark blends. Now this is Calypso Coral, so I thought that tied in with that. Plus it's like your kindness does not go unnoticed, and the gnome is lifting his eyes to see. So he's noticing your kindness. So I thought that was adorable. All right, and I'll show you the inside of the other one because I did it differently. And you know what? If I was probably thinking, I would have probably just stamped a little thank you right there and then wrote my rest of my thank you, but it's all right. So I had fun coloring these gnomes. They're so much fun to color. All right, put that a little bit crooked, a little bit crooked. There we go. All right, and it's really hard to tell, but his eyes, I put a little bit of Wink of Stella on them just to make his eyes sparkle. You probably can't see it, but it's there. Okay, so that is my card. Simple, 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 right? The hardest part, well, there wasn't even a hard part. The longest part is fussy cutting the animal creatures. That's it. All right, next, I want to show you the inside of this one. This one I used the gnome with the lantern. And when I colored him, I made the glass on the lantern with the wink of Stella and added a little bit of sparkle there. So like he's noticing because he's got a light. I don't know. I just thought either one of them. Yes, Julie, this vellum, you missed the beginning maybe, but it's in the mini catalog and I can't get enough of it. I think I've used just about all of this now. Okay, so here's some other things I've made using this vellum. Let me grab them over here. These are so cute. Okay, so I had some fun fussy cutting, clearly. There's no place like gnome for the Christmas season. So where did I get that stamp at, right? Last year's gnome set, or maybe it was 2 years ago. I don't know. I got it from there. So if you have gnome for the holidays, you know, feel free to mix it up with the Kindest gnomes. Yeah, I did. So I put there's no place like gnome for the Christmas season. And it's like a bunch of friends gathered around gnome or home, you know. And this one I cut from the paper. And yes, this is in the mini catalog. Again, I almost missed it. And I don't always buy every vellum there is, but this one I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to like it. And I did. And then this one I also, it's the same thing. There's no place like gnome, but I used a different gnome and a little sleepy fox and a bunny, which I love the bunnies. And I haven't done those middles yet because I haven't done those middles yet. All right, let me show you some other cards I've made this week. Okay, 2 of them are inspired by Julie. So, hey, Julie. This one. You guys have to check her out, and I'll link the video in the description after I'm done with this video. I added these since I posted a picture of it. But using the 1-inch punch and the scallop die from the, turn around, look at it, Scallop Contours die. Oh, I thought it was just so pretty. And this paper is in the mini catalog. It is, I'm grabbing it here. It's right here in front. Nope, that's not it. Here it is. It is the Lights Aglow 6x6 Specialty Designer Series paper. It's got gold foil in it, and it's soft succulent, evening evergreen, cherry cobbler, and very vanilla, and black. Very pretty paper. And I just thought, you know what, I'm going to use it. And then these were the tree lot dies. On the inside, I put May the Peace of the Season light your world and may the new year be the brightest. And that is from this one right here, The Brightest Glow, which is also in the mini catalog. Yes, so that's that one. And then one more I just finished up like at 1:30 in the morning because I'm a night owl and that's what I do. Let's see here. Okay, Julie. Okay, she makes these quilt cards, which I love me some quilts. And she weaved this. So watch her video on how to weave it. I chose to use foils. And usually the first time I do a card, I use retired things. So that's what I did here. This is the retired Love You Always foils. There's this one, and this one. And it's supposed to be Rococo Rose, Blushing Bride, and Sahara Sand. And then this one is a silver. You know what? They kind of look like them. But I think they don't, you know, not go with the Rococo Rose. And then I use the Scotty Dog Punch. So cute. So this one's probably going to be a birthday, and I'm probably going to use Pampered Pet Suite, and I'm going to say, hope your day is a real treat. Happy birthday. And I'll put like a dog bone or something on the inside. I haven't finished it yet because I've been busy today with students. But I love foils. And you don't use very much because it's just 1/4 of an inch. It's just 1/4 of an inch. Okay, and last but not least, I want to show you a way you can reuse cards. So I don't know about you, but my husband and I get lots of free cards from the VFW and sometimes cards from St. Jude because we've made donations and stuff, or just somebody sends us a birthday card. Elvis is almost better. Thank you for asking. He is currently sleeping at my feet. Yep, that's what he does. He sleeps at my feet. His leg surgery, I think, has worked. I hope. It's still about another month before it's like, we'll know. So it's a 4-month healing process. Okay, so anyway, cards that you get in the mail for free and you don't know what to do with, but you don't want to send them because they're like, you know, cards you didn't make. You know what? Here we go. Use some dies like the Deckled Rectangles dies and cut out the front. cut out the front. Look at those birds. I loved it. So I used the Deckled Rectangles die, gold foil, and then this is Gorgeous Grape, one of my favorite colors. So, you know what? And I'm going to pass this card on. Otherwise, honestly, I probably would have tossed it into the recycling. And I think this one's just going to be a hello. So I'm not going to even put a sentiment on the front. I'm just going to put an insert in there and maybe stamp a bird because I've got lots of bird stamps. So I thought that was pretty. Use some dies. Use up those cards you get in the mail. And here's one with some bunnies at the beach. And I used Flirty Flamingo with it. And again, the Deckled Rectangles. And I used the embossing folder, the Tasteful Textile, my favorite embossing folder. Bring It Back, Stampin' Up. And I love it. Yes, thanks guys. I usually just toss them, and I thought, you know what, that kind of looks like Flirty Flamingo. Ooh, that kind of looks like Gorgeous Grape. So I thought, you know what, someone will use these. And you know what, I might even just donate them to the nursing home here in town for residents to use if they need a card. And my last one is my favorite because it's blue. I use Starry Sky. And I use the Stitch with Whimsy die around the outside. Stitch with Whimsy die is so cool because it makes like the stitching, but it doesn't actually cut. Yeah, I could go around and cut it if I wanted to. But this beautiful bluebird on the fence, and I did, oh, okay, Julie, I was at Joann Fabrics with my friend looking at fabrics last night, and she's making stuff for a show. She's a seamstress, and I'm like, wow, there's Flirty Flamingo. Ooh, there's Bermuda Bay. She just looks at me like, what? Like, it's a Stampin' Up thing. But yes. Okay, so gold foil. So I just layered this. I thought I had just the gold in this. It needed a little something. So I thought I'd bring out the purple. The Stitched in Whimsy. And then I put the glossy dots. All right, so that's just a way to repurpose maybe some free cards you get or maybe birthday cards you have from people hanging around. And you know what? Use them again. Send the love on. All right, but here's the project again we made tonight in case you were wondering. All right, so we used our beautiful, I'll get it out one more time in case you missed it, the Snowflake Vellum that's in the mini catalog. So every pattern has a white flocked and every pattern has an iridescent kind of shiny, really catches the light. It's so pretty. But they're the same pattern. And then the other one, this one is all I have left because I've used so much of it, is like little dots. I think they're like snowflakes. And then this one, which I haven't cut into yet. It's the biggest print of them all, but it's so pretty. And I even thought I could fussy cut around these. I could totally fussy cut around every single one of these. Same with here. And I probably am going to try that. You know, just keep like maybe an 1/8 of an inch border all the way around and cut them out and use them on my cards. So I'm probably going to try that with these two pieces. All right, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe if you're watching the replay on Facebook or on Facebook or on YouTube. I am 8 subscribers away on YouTube from 500, and I am giving up a Stamp and Cut mini emboss machine. I did not say that right. Stampin' Up mini cut and emboss machine. There we go. When I hit 500. So please go ahead and give me subscribe so I can get to 500. All right. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a great night. Thank you, Julie, for all your inspiration. All right. Bye-bye.